Theoretically, this is on. And everyone, can you hear me in the back?
Yeah.
All right, we've done the thing. We've got a hype crew this morning. I like it. You all had your coffee. Cool. Awesome. Thank you all for coming out to the Atomic Mass Games studio panel. Thank you for coming. We welcome you all in to our little secret room. My name is Liz Piotr. I am the Director of Marketing for Atomic Mass Games. And I just want to kick off our panel this morning by thanking the Adepticon team, who was absolutely instrumental, words are hard, and I didn't have my coffee, in having us here and having our setup be so amazing and being able to create an environment for all of the players, for all of our games. So thank you to the Adepticon team. Get the hands ready because I've got another one. I also want to thank each and every one of you for participating in our games, painting our miniatures, and all the things you do to support your local communities, but coming out this weekend and giving your time and energy to the games we make. Thank you all for each and every one of you. So. I have the awesome privilege of getting to give the first announcement, which is that we are excited to formally announce that we will be back next year at Adepticon with both the Path of Authority Marvel Crisis Protocol painting competition, as well as all of our events and studio presence in the vendor hall. So we will officially be back here next year and excited to hear the feedback from this weekend and make cool things happen next year. And now I get the even bigger privilege of getting to introduce to you guys the duo that is going to take you through the studio panel today. So we're going to start, and I promised them hype, even though it would make them uncomfortable. So I'm going to need you guys to get your woos and your raws and your fist bumps out. So I'm going to start off by introducing you to our Director of Product Development, Will Schick. And then the person who kind of rounds out all of the madness that we do, our head of studio, Simone Elliott.
Well, thank you, everyone, for that winning endorsement. No, it's been a pleasure to be here. It's been so cool. This is actually my first convention since 2019. So it's been really cool just to kind of jump back in and feel like nothing changed over the last several years. See a lot of familiar faces, see a lot of new faces. So it's been a blast. I'm exhausted, but we're gonna do this and we're gonna do it semi-well and probably not even professionally casually, but we'll try to do it casually amateurish. So with that said, if I had a telestrator, I could probably up the game, but I don't. And thank you for that.
Fault. That's Liz's fault. She can buy you one.
She could. But with that said, let's get off of my needs and get on to everyone else's needs, which is to see all the cool stuff we have to show off. So we're going to kick things off with Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's been a crazy 4-year ride almost with this game since it launched in 2019. We've gotten to add a lot of really cool characters. 2 of which you already know, but we're going to do a little bit of spoilerage here. And of course, these were ones that we got asked about all the time. I think there was never a post that didn't say, when is Squirrel Girl coming? And Squirrel Girl is not only arriving, but she's arriving with one of my personal favorites, which is Gwenpool. So this is the nonsense pack. If you could combine Atomic Mass Games energy into one box, it would definitely be this.
My Squirrel Girl or Gwenpool?
You pick. It's all up to you.
Oh, you have to pick.
I was saying the studio as a whole, not individual, because it's not just about us. It's also about everyone. We have a whole line of people right here that are really important. And there's the energy, folks. But you've seen these fine miniatures before. However, I don't think you've seen the cards. So we'll go ahead and throw this up real quick. We had a lot of fun with these two characters, making them kind of zany. Of course, Squirrel Girl had to have a lot of text about Tippy Toe. So Tippy Toe is an integral part of how she functions on the table. He gets to distract her opponents and cause them a lot of like mayhem and consternation. And then at the end, as we all know, he gets to make the ultimate sacrifice to save his best friend, Squirrel Girl. So there you go. With that, and of course, Gwenpool has a whole bunch of different like retconning abilities and things that she can do to kind of like utilize her knowledge of the fact that she's in a comic book, but also able to do all the comic booky stuff to pull it out. So I'm looking forward to it. You're going to see the tactic cards in the future. The tactic cards get even wilder than these fine folks here. So watch for those on all the social media. But these were two characters that were very fun to pull together. Do you have anything you'd like to add, Simone Elliott?
No, sir.
Excellent. I believe the correct answer is dope. Thank you. Moving on from there, you know that we have a big fondness for going back to certain characters from time to time. And of course, you can't really get bigger and badder than Ultron in Marvel Crisis Protocol. The original Ultron, of course, is always near and dear to our hearts, but we wanted to go back in and create an Ultron worthy of the Ultimate Encounter that we wrote for him way back when the game launched, and of course add the signature Ultron drones to him. So this is something you can look forward to in the future. More information will be coming out like later this year.
Yeah, you know he's really cool because he has a cape.
He does have the Simone Elliott required cape, so we've nailed that as well. Okay. So, in addition to, of course, our beloved characters that we want to see and kind of imagine in new ways, we also, of course, have brand new characters, one of which is... Click the button, thank you. That's right, we're going to be seeing the one and only Frank Castle as Ghost Rider, as a Herald of Galactus, Cosmic Ghost Rider, coming on into Marvel Crisis Protocol. This character, another really fun one. You'll notice that whenever it's a zany, like, fourth wall breaking nonsense character, I'll always be like, this is my favorite. I love doing this. And Pagani will be over there crying into his teeth. I know. But he eventually loves it anyway.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you would like to say on? No? Okay,
I know when
great.
I have to say something.
Great. I'm glad it's all on me. Okay, so we're looking to the stars with Cosmic Ghost Rider, but also one of the things that I'm really excited about this year is that we are going to return to, honestly, one of the original affiliations that wasn't in the core box for Marvel Crisis Protocol, and it's been a long time coming, and we've been working on this for a long time, but we are heading back to Wakanda.
Yeah.
So some of the first characters that you're going to see are going to be M'Baku, and of course the classic Wakanda vibranium stealing Claw. Claw is one of these characters that, Kevin, did you do this? Did you do the engineering on this? Yeah, you did the engineering on Claw?
And M'Baku.
And M'Baku. Okay, so we're trying to be humble, but honestly, the whole box was...
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, we have several of our engineers. We have Alex and Kevin here in the front row. We've got a couple of lead developers with Andrew Dursum and Will Pagani. We've got Courtney, who does all the events. We've got Colleen, who's our great HR person. We've got so many people from Asmodee here. But when you get to see like Claw in all his glory, we went nuts with him. We decided to do a Psionic Echo, and so he's coming out of the Psionic Echo, and it's an amazing miniature. I'm really excited for that. And of course, M'Baku was a joy to work on because we actually got to work with Marvel to create the Crisis Protocol version of this character. So you'll see that there's influences from a couple different places, both in the comic books and other media. And it's always fun when we get to partner with them to kind of create a vision for the game itself and pull that together. Of course, if we're going to go back to Wakanda, we not only need these fancy new Wakanda maps that you've all seen, we need things to put on it that are Wakanda. So we've got a whole new slew of terrain that's going to be coming out, which really pulls everyone right into the sense of Wakanda. Another really exciting thing that you're going to see that's going to start with these terrain sets is they actually come with optional game rules. They're called one-shots. And they effectively allow you to add special rules to the terrain that will affect your games. And these one-shots can affect the threat level for the mission that you're playing, and they can also, of course, be utilized just to add that extra flair and flavor to it. So we're really excited to do this. Wakan is going to be the first. We're probably going to look back to some of the other terrain sets and add more of these one-shots. We're very excited with what it brings to just the narrative and the storytelling on there. Let's go ahead and look at these painted, though.
Oh my gosh.
So you can just see a great job from the sculpting team, the engineering team, the painters. Like, I cannot wait to have all of my games set in Wakanda because it's just a glorious set. And this is not all. We also have one more pack that's going to be coming out. And so we've got a vibranium hauler. One of the really cool things about this vibranium hauler is that you can actually fold the little doors that you can't see on the sides open, and it does have little vibranium canisters that you can put in and out, depending on how you want to glue them. And those vibranium canisters do have an effect in the one shot. So with all of these combined, you're going to be able to make some really incredible Wakanda terrain. And on top of that, we have one more Wakanda thing that I have to show before we finish out. And this is going to be our third installment in Rivals. Is that right? Third?
Yeah.
Number 3? So Rivals, the Rivals panels is a passion project that we get to do from time to time. We try to do one about every year. And it lets us really dive into the storytelling, the miniature artistry of the game, and also to introduce some really cool new versions of characters. And our next one, of course, is Wakanda themed as well, and it is Battle for the Throne. So this one brings Warrior Falls in all of its terrain glory to the game, and of course brings a new version of Killmonger and Black Panther. Both of them have all new abilities and kind of fit into the overall story of the Warrior Falls Battle for the Throne. We can keep going through these. So there's the other view, and then of course there's the fantastic money shot, which is it all painted and everything together, and there it is.
This is beautiful. Like in the office, this is just, it brings me so much joy.
It does, and of course this continues our art director and creative director Josh and Dallas's kind of like overall work to bring the whole story together. So the tactic cards, the art, everything about it all kind of ties together to tell the story of the classic Killmonger versus Black Panther rivalry for the throne of Wakanda. Okay.
This is an exciting one.
This is your line.
Okay, so you all been asked. You all been asked
I need a
for
signal.
something.
You have to tell me when to change the slide.
Oh, you'll know. You'll know.
Fine, okay.
So you all have been asking for something for a really long time, and when it's going to happen for you. And my only word for you is BAM.
Did anybody faint?
No, no one fainted. So
There was squeeze though.
there was. I'll accept it. I'll accept it. They didn't faint because they need to see what's next. So show them what's next.
Oh, okay.
All right. So coming down the road, Nightcrawler is going to be bamfing his way finally into X-Men rosters everywhere, as well as other rosters that want to use him as a splash character. This miniature was a lot of fun to do. We, of course, went back to the little bamf. That is optional. You can put it on or off. So he has finally made his arrival, and he's going to be arriving with a very special character as well, and that is the man from the future named Bishop.
Yes! Yeah, Bishop! Oh my God!
So both these characters are going to be hopping in a new character pack. This is going to be, I think, at the start of next year or a bit further out. So you're getting a sneak preview at this stuff. We work very far in the future, but we want to be sure to share with you the roadmap of what you can kind of like look forward to. And what you can kind of watch for social media to see as these things get closer and closer. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, which I believe is going to be these two characters and all their fully blurred painted. So you'll also notice that you have options with Nightcrawler. You can give him the swashbuckling swords. You can give him the open hands. Just amazing characters. The sculpts, the engineering team, the painting team did a fantastic job on these. But we're not done with the X-Men yet. We have a couple more characters that have also been asked about, I think, since day one. And that's one cool dude and one really hard to catch lady. So go ahead and flip to that. So Iceman and Kitty Pryde are making their way as well in this block. We can go ahead and show them fully painted in all their glory as well. So the reinforcements for everyone's favorite units are coming. And again, just really pushing all of our technical skills, all of our abilities when it comes to sculpting and everything else.
To me, my X-Men.
All right.
Such a cute love.
It was. But see, first, before we get to me, my X-Men, we've got to do we've got to do. I'll give you a second chance.
It's lost now.
We have one last pack that's going to be coming out in the future, and that, of course, replicates an intense rivalry that has been happening over Comics Forever. So, of course, we have one Shadow King here who's going to be coming to torment and mind control and all that stuff in the Shadow Realm. These X-Men. But now, if you have the Shadow King, you got to have one more person to be able to, protect his beloved students. Professor Xavier will be coming in the pack with the Shadow King. He brings a brand new leadership for the X-Men and, of course, a lot of cool abilities and everything else. So now, really, we're getting to the point where you can really round out almost any Uncanny X-Men Dream Team. There's lots more to go. We have much more place to go.
I have an important shout out for Alex, because that is his sculpt.
There you go. Alex is the one who brought this fine optional city bronze to you. Again, the team at Atomic Mass they're just incredible to work with, and none of this would be here without them. So if you see them around the hall, be sure to hoot and holler at them as much as you did at us, because we don't really do anything. We just make sure that they have a place to show up to. And then we get to stand up here and do all the stuff, because Kevin would never get up here. Not once. No. He's already upset that I mentioned him by name. Okay, and that rounds out our Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff. So let's move on to Star Wars X-Men. So one of our big focuses in the studio for X-Wing has been working on getting brand new acquisition points, new places to begin to grow the community, to bring maybe people who have fallen off from either the 1.0 to 2.0 or during COVID where they didn't get to play. We can bring those players back in. We can also bring in new blood by providing a more focused, hobby-centric kind of acquisition that fits better with miniatures games and kind of where X-Wing has grown to. It was built off the back of that 2-player starter that everybody here probably purchased. I purchased 3 of them. The time has really come that we felt to make something that was immediately playable, that gave the full experience of X-Wing as much as possible right out of the box, rather than the kind of the amuse-bouche. I like that word. It's a great word.
Pinkies up.
Pinkies up. Experience. So you've all seen, I think, the announcements from earlier this week, but we're going to be doing single-player starters, and we're going to be starting with, of course, Galactic Empire and the Rebel Alliance. I know. I'm not looking at the things. I'm looking at the screen. These kits are, of course, going to come with everything that a new player needs. We've also implemented our new standard loadout cards in order to make them able to jump, like a brand new player can jump right in with a fully built out ship. It's important to note for all of you veterans out there that these standard loadouts are literally things that you can build with the cards you already have. There's nothing new or different about them. They're just simply kind of like quick build standard loadouts for players to not have to worry about list building or squad building. They can just take the cards and they can immediately start playing against each other and get into the game. So we can go through the rest of the slides if you'd like, just to show off the Galactic Empire. And then, of course, we've got some really cool shots of the ships. Our creative director, Dallas Kemp, worked really hard, and we've actually updated a lot of the paint applications with the factory. So there are going to be slight differences or improvements on these as they come out as well. They're not just simply flat-out reruns. And so we're really excited to kind of be able to push that quality each time. I think there's one more slide you can go through. Yeah, and then we're good. Okay. Last mini extravaganza, we talked also about our extreme desire to start bringing back ships that have never made the jump from 1.0 to 2.0. And this year, we are going to be seeing 2 of those come out, and the first one is the YT-2400. Now, one of the unique things about this reprint is that looking at all the data and kind of reviewing the issues that this ship had in terms of its balance and its abilities and how it functioned on the tabletop, we decided to take the opportunity of the reprint to basically redo and make some serious errata changes and alterations to the ship to make it function better within the new environment of X-Wing and have it be the best play experience we can. So you will notice as you look at these cards that there are some fundamental differences in terms of abilities and how the ship functions, but we're really happy with where it shook out. And our playtesters were great in terms of making sure that this ship is going to come in, be impactful, feel like the YT-2400, but be a positive experience across all sides of the table as it plays out. The other big thing that we did is that there is a standard loadout for Scum and Villainy Dash Rendar, so he's no longer just a rebel. You will also be able to use the standard loadout card with your Scum and Villainy forces as well to represent his mercenary side, and I believe there is one for Lebo as well, but it's not on the thing because that's his rebel one. You have anything to say about Dash Rendar?
We worked and changed up some paint stuff.
We did. So the ship has a whole new paint application, and Dallas Kemp again worked really hard to kind of update the ship, and it looks really great with all the different spot applications they did. The second one that we'll be re-releasing this year is going to be the TIE bombers for Galactic Empire. So I know these ones have been missing for a long time, and so we've taken the opportunity to go back to them and make sure that they come out. Of course, we'll be including standard loadouts in all of the re-release packs because we're really excited about what those bring to the table and what they offer both new players and existing players who might need to add this ship to their arsenals and their squadrons. What's next? Okay, so many of you here were probably here to play in some of our awesome events, including the Worlds event for Star Wars X-Wing. On May the 4th, the new season for Worlds will kick off, and that will include for X-Wing as well as Legion and Armada. And one of the great ways that you'll be able to participate is not just by going to regionals, but by going to an LGS near you, because the new X-Wing store kit.
Oh, great.
You can't just watch me talk, Liz. You have a job.
I was enraptured.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll take it as a compliment. So the new store championship kit will be coming out to launch with that whole new season that starts May the 4th. And then, of course, we'll end here at Adepticon again as we host Worlds. But you can go to the regionals, and we'll be supporting regionals across the globe as has been done in the past. But additionally, one of the exciting things that we've talked about a couple times, but you can see here, is that every store championship kit will come with a Worlds invite. So if you happen to take first place in your store, you'll be able to come in and join Worlds without having to go through the last chance qualifier. Really quick, just to kind of let you all know that the regionals kits do come with a premium Worlds invite, which means that you will get a certain number of buys in the event. Based on the final bracket. So it is still advantageous to you if you are aiming for the top spot to go to regionals and win. However, if you don't have the opportunity or the ability, there's not one near you, you can always play at your store, work for the top spot, grab your invite, come here and work your way through the entire bracket, but you won't have to last chance qualify or anything like that. I'm really excited by this possibility, and you're going to see this replicated through all of the different Star Wars World event kits. Store championship kits now available to any store and allow you to grab a coveted spot in the World Championship kit.
Woo!
In addition to the store championship kits, we're going to continue to expand the game opportunities and game modes with Star Wars X-Wing. The next event kit is going to be Children of Mandalore. So this kit actually has a couple of different ways to play it. You can go after shuttles that contain, you can either be protectors or attackers. The attackers are trying to blow up escape shuttles, while the protectors are trying to, of course, stop that from happening. You also have to go collect a Beskar that gets scattered about the board. Michael Plummer and the team worked really hard on this one. It's super fun. It comes with a lot of great stuff. And so this will be coming out later this year as well for those who are looking for something that's not just tournament focused. Of course, like with all of them, you get all the materials that you get to take home after the event, so you can always play it later on with your friends and your gaming communities. Woo! All right, so next up, we launched our first standard loadouts in the scenario packs, and that was Battle of Yavin and, of course, the Siege of Coruscant. So our next one coming up in order to celebrate kind of the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi is another big one from the original trilogy, and that's Battle over Endor. So this, again, is going to follow the same process as those original packs where we have brand new standard loadouts with all new versions of pilots, some pilots returning that have never been seen since 1.0. And, of course, it has a brand new scenario in it where you're trying to take down the bridge of a Super Star Destroyer. So it's a lot of fun. Turbo laser batteries are, of course, a big part of it. So you have to avoid those, and you can make the ultimate sacrifice like our boy did in that final scene. And you have to do the as you do it. It's in the rule book. I'm not lying. So go ahead, let's show a couple parts out of it. So we have a brand new version of Wedge Antilles from the Battle over Endor. this is really it. If you look at the one that we did for the Battle of Yavin, we wanted to kind of showcase his increasing skills as he became the ace pilot of the Rebel Alliance. So he sees a lot of bumps in terms of his abilities and his capabilities, and it's really fun to be able to tell a character story in that way through these different narrative packs, and give players even more options to utilize a very iconic character in an X-Wing. Do you have anything to say?
No.
Great.
Dope.
Thank you. If you could just say dope every time. And then on the Imperial side, we wanted to give you one sneak peek of the new TIE Defender by Captain Yor. So just like with the Battle of Yavin, we did look at the extended media for Star Wars, and we know that TIE Defenders were utilized in that battle, even though we never saw them on screen. So we did throw a couple of TIE Defenders in there. You're going to see new Interceptors, new Bombers, and new TIE Fighters. So it's going to be a real smorgasbord for the Imperials and the Rebels in terms of these new standard loadout packs. And of course, even if you don't play either of those factions, you can always try to blow up the Superstar Destroyer yourself, because you can use whatever squadrons you like, but the ships in the pack also work really well for that. So that is going to round out everything, except for I think we have one more slide to close it out. And this is kind of a future look into what is coming next in terms of our plans for continuing to release all of that content that's been missing so much from 1.0 and 2.0.
Woo! Yeah!
All right. Do you want to talking, or are you just going to continue to judge me as I do this?
Oh, full judgment.
Great.
Full judgment.
Great. Okay. So let's go on to Star Wars Armada next. So we're continuing kind of looking at Star Wars Armada. We were on the Ion Radio folks kind of talking about different design philosophies and everything that's coming forward. We, of course, are going to continue to support the Worlds events, and we have a brand new Worlds kit that will be coming out with that, and regionals as well. But of course, we wanted to show you the store kit that's going to be coming out later this year, which will kick off with the season. So, of course, every store is going to have the opportunity to get the championship kit. It comes with a lot of cool things. So you can go ahead and jump to the next one. So you're going to get engineering captain and fleet commanders as kind of the participation rewards for anyone who plays in it. And there are some top cut prizes as well, which you can go to next. Thank you. So we have one for each of the different factions. I'm done. You have to talk now.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
No.
I can't. I'm out. My brain's fried. So you'll be able to compete for the chance to take on one of these for your faction. And then of course, we have I think we have a picture of the World's Invite maybe next. I don't know what's next. Oh no, there's even more stuff. Look at that. So more of the prizes that you can expect from the kit, some awesome full art cards and everything. And then maybe the next one's the next one. Now, So we did something really cool with this one, and this is due to our amazing graphic design team and Ryan Ritter. Your World's Invite, which you will get to keep, we don't take them from you when you show up for Worlds, is actually, on the flip side, a 4x6 Superstar Destroyer full art card. So you can use that in your games if you happen to play with the Superstar Destroyer. So we just wanted to make that kind of multi-purpose and kind of, it was a great idea that he had, so there it is. Hopefully everyone is excited to be able to dive into that and look forward to it. And of course, I don't have a lot of new develops to show you that we can preview just yet. I do have one that's, we spoiled a little bit, but if you weren't listening yesterday, Rapid Reinforcement 2 is confirmed. It will be coming out this summer. And we have a little preview there of Governor Price that's going to be coming as well. So we're going to continue to look at opportunities to continue to add value, to add new options and opportunities for players with their existing collections as we continue to research and development what opportunities lay available to us as we move forward in the future with manufacturing timelines and production timelines and everything else. And so that wraps up the Armada section. So I believe we are next to Star Wars Legion. Do you want to talk about this person?
Okay, so now I will start talking. So we've been so excited, and I know we've kind of teased some stuff, but I am very happy to show you Ahsoka.
That's that's it.
You can talk about other things.
No, why don't you tell them that? I mean, they've seen this Ahsoka once, but they haven't seen the next thing. So why don't you show them the next thing?
I will also show them the next thing, Liz.
Great partner. Yeah. So color commentary. Can't even say dope. Yeah. So Ahsoka Tano, Fulcrum, 4 Rebels, a brand new Force user to expand their options. A very fun character that also uses Jarkai. So if you've been facing any Asajj Venturesses lately, you kind of know what to expect from that. She also comes with a slew of command cards. I think she gets 4, one of which is a team-up card, similar to the Asajj pack. So I'm excited to see Rebel players take this character and start to work on her and everything else and see how she integrates into armies. And, okay, next up, we have the Ewoks. So we talked about the Ewoks and kind of gave you some information a little bit about them during the last mini extravaganza. Now we're ready to show some cards.
Yes.
So this is the character pack for the Ewoks. These characters are utilized in the Ewok Battle Force. So the Ewoks, as we mentioned before, are going to be coming with their own unique battle force. So you'll notice that all the Ewoks are mercenaries. Wicket can be taken with the Rebel Alliance as well. Ewoks are really unique. Andy Anderson did a great job working on them as the lead developer. They're very, very stabby, but they're not particularly great at being shot at, so they have many things that kind of make them ambush specialists in the game. And I'm excited to see how people work around these. Let's go ahead and show some of the Battle Force specific command cards, though.
Of course.
So all of these will come in the character pack as well, so that when you get that pack, you'll be able to have both the character command cards and the generic Battle Force cards that you get when you use the Battle Force. A lot of different ways to utilize their ability to set traps and cause ambushes and just be a big old teddy bear headache for your opponents. Additionally, we talked a little bit, I think, or spoiled a little bit, teased a little bit the fact that the Ewok Battle Force gets access to a stolen ATST, because of course Chewbacca himself steals that in the movie along with his little Ewok buddies. And we can go to the next slide. So the one thing happens before that. I should look at this, but it's cut off. Like, who took these pictures? It couldn't have been me. 'Cause I would never have done it so poorly. I would never have done it so poorly. In addition to the ATST with Chewie, C-3PO is going to be seeing new life in Ewok Battle Forces as well, because he is the Golden God. And we'll go ahead and flip over to the next one and we'll see some cards. So there is the mighty Chewbacca in his ATST, his stolen ATST. And of course, C-3PO, the Golden God, has a brand new option in the Battle Force itself, so he comes with a brand new stat card for when players utilize that. All right, let's get into things that we've never shown before, shall we? So the first thing that we have to show is a little bit of an infestation that I think a lot of our clone troopers are going to have to take care of, and that is a brand new battle force for CIS, which is, thank you, Liz. I think you have things to say about your boy Pogo the Lesser, right?
Okay, so people know that I love Hanjo Anaka. What you don't know is how much I love Pogo the Lesser. All them bracelets, it's a serious situation. I'm excited about it.
So the Genosians will be coming. Oh, you broke Liz. So the Genosians are one of the future releases that you can look forward to on the roadmap. It includes Pogo the Lesser, Sunfac, and of course the Genosian warriors that form the backbone of it. And there they are. So in addition to just being basic old support and options for the Separatist Alliance, they're also, of course, going to have their own battle force. So you'll be able to plug that in, and that battle force will come later than the release, but you'll see the Genosians built out as we go through the future. Okay, and so that kind of takes care of our Separatist friends and what to expect next. Let's talk about the big boogeyman, the Galactic Empire, and show what kind of tears they're going to unleash on poor. I mean, we added another Jedi to Rebel Alliance, so we clearly had to counterbalance that by adding a couple more red blades to the Galactic Empire. So the seventh sister and fifth brother are going to be making their way into Legion. They have some really cool mechanics that, as they're both operatives, they can work together in terms of squad building and composition so that you can actually take both of them without using 2 slots. And so it was a very fun unit to kind of pull together and look at, and we can look at the painted miniatures as well. And there they are.
Nice.
So these bring all kinds of terrible things that you can do to opposing force users as well as everyone else. I think you have things to say on these characters?
Dope.
Gotcha.
Nice.
What did you all expect?
And I don't even know. Just like with X-Wing and Armada, of course, May 4th will start the new world cycle for Star Wars Legion as well. So May the 4th will be your launching date for the new season, and we have a brand new sword kit for that kickoff as well, which includes, of course, the World's Invite and a bunch of new awesome participation prizes and top 8 prizes and things like that. So any retailer near you, you'll be able to compete for your chance to be able to get that top sword spot and claim your invite. Come back here and compete for the World Championship with everyone else who's done their work. Okay, I think that's it.
No.
I didn't forget anyone. No, we're done.
We're done? No.
Yeah,
No.
we're out.
No.
We're done. Legion's over. No, I didn't forget anyone. I got them all. Rebels, Separatists, Empire, Mercenaries, which aren't a faction, but we'll count them.
Let's ignore him and show the next slide.
She picked.
So one of the future releases that will be coming to support clone armies everywhere and Rebel Alliance armies everywhere. As a split faction unit is going to be our own Clone Force 99, and I believe we have a very exclusive and very just recently view of this unit. I'm not going to say much more on these guys except that they are coming, and it's very exciting. We've heard the cries and the demand, and here they are. And they'll be storming shelves in the future. So there's still work to do on these. That's right, Kevin. In the future, I have notes. And I need you to fix them. All right, and with that, now we have covered all of the Legion stuff. I've hit all 4. I know there's 4 factions.
Good job.
Thank you. There's Ewoks. There's Galactic Empire. There's Separatist Alliance, and there's Rebels. Thank you. Okay, that's fine. I know Republic exists. My goodness.
No.
Okay, my silliness and 4 days of mania over. Let's go ahead and jump to Star Wars Shadowpoint. So it was a super awesome experience to be able to launch this game finally and get to show everyone stuff and to tease you all with like reveals and not tell you what you wanted to know and then release articles and just go through the whole excitement. No, I want you to keep going. Yeah, keep going. So all of these are the amazing images that we showed, and of course, if you saw our booth, we're able to demo. You saw all of the squad packs from Wave 1 coming, and there's some demos and everything going on. So it was a wonderful time. I hope everyone got a chance to get their hands on the game and experience and see all the articles and stuff go through. And of course, those images kind of covered the first wave of the releases with Obi-Wan and General Grievous and Luminara and Count Dooku being kind of the first couple of expansions that will come out with the core set or right around the core set. But in order to really showcase like how and where we're going with Shatterpoint, we wanted to give you a pretty in-depth look at what to expect for about the next year. And we've kept some things as a surprise, but this is going to be a really far forward look because we want you to see all the cool things and know that we've got lots of plans for Shatterpoint, just like we do with all of the other game lines, and it's one we're going to continue to support. And let's go ahead and show the first thing, which is Sorry. Who took these pictures? I don't even see it here. It's so blurry. I know, it's not even there. So one of the things that we love to do, especially when you get to work on a game that is more character focused and can kind of support names in the universe that wouldn't necessarily fit into like a factionalized game like Legion where you need a lot of support or like a full army to kind of build them out, is you get to go to places like Dathomir. And you get to, in Wave 3, release the Night Sisters with Mother Townsend. So Mother Townsend and her Night Sisters are going to be coming along with Savage Press. And I think we have the full unit box here. Oh, yeah. So if you've noticed in the core set, there's some Dathomirian keywords that appear on a couple of characters. This squad obviously plays well into that and gives you a lot more options to utilize that tag if you want to as you squad build. And Mother Townsend brings some really nasty magics to the game with a K, a C and a K, I think, right? Yeah. And Savage is just a serious monster and really fun to pair with core set Maul. Of course, and then if you're a Clone Wars fan and you watch season 6, there's only one person to pair against Mother Townsend, and that of course is Mace Windu.
I was gonna say if you're Josh Cologne.
If you're Josh Cologne, there's only one thing that you pair anything with, and that's Mace Windu with Mace Windu. Yeah, so Mace is coming to Star Wars Shadowpoint. He's going to come along with the ARF Troopers and his own clone commander Pons.
Oh, nice.
And let me look at my really blurry picture here. Okay, so this is the moment I've been waiting for the whole time. I love Mace. I think Mother Townsend is super cool. We've released a lot of really awesome characters, but there's really only one pack that I had to have and I was waiting for, and luckily it's next. So the baddest man in the Star Wars galaxy is coming, or the baddest Duros, I guess, in the Star Wars galaxy is coming with Padme, along with Aurra Sing and his bounty hunter posse, so we can go ahead and take a look at their squad. So really fun. We had a blast using a Charterfon as one of the bounty hunters, along with Toto, who's hanging out, just running around. And Dallas Kemp might actually marry the other bounty hunter, little Devronian. He loves that guy so much, so much. But he's just loving his job, and I think that speaks to all of us, right? Okay, and we're not done. We've got more packs that come in. So a lot of you have been asking about this character this weekend, actually, which is a joy to be able to show, and that is... So Plo Koon is going to be coming. He's, of course, coming with Commander Wolf and the Wolf Pack as a squad. Additionally, however, you probably, if you've been paying attention to Shatterpoint news, know that there's this hobby next to Ahsoka Tano, who's the Padawan Ahsoka Tano. And we've clearly said that she is a preview of a future release. Well, this is where you can find her if you don't happen to grab the hobby next. You'll be able to pick them up when they release alongside the other packs with Plo Koon and his clone commander, Wolf and Wolfpack boys. So Plo Koon, really exciting, very defensive. Again, just adds more options to Galactic Republic. I'm just going to hand you the thing now because we have one more.
Okay, so he got his choice.
Yeah.
And this one is mine.
Okay. I just
Okay,
point of order. I was told I couldn't make this game unless I acceded to this demand. But I was like, it's not really a demand because I would have done it anyway.
It brings me so much joy, and I probably won't cry. Can we see the next slide, please?
So when we were talking about the original conception of the game and what we wanted to do with it, and what it would bring to kind of the gaming experience, one of the things that was really exciting was the fact that we get to go into kind of like these more unique character designs and moments in Star Wars, and we could really kind of like extrapolate where we are. And Simone Elliott, along with many other people, including our own Anne and several others in the office, are huge fans of Padme, huge fans of the Handmaidens. I've heard more information about Handmaidens from Simone Elliott than I ever thought existed. I knew they were assassins in dresses, but I did not realize how deep that went. So it was a real joy. It was super fun to be able to be like, okay, let's get the fashionistas in the game and just have them murder folks left and right in their fancy formal wear. So.
While you can't talk about Padme without crying, this is the moment to shout out Matt, who's doing all of this beautiful photography, because this is gorgeous. Thank you.
So this squad will be coming. It brings a whole lot of firepower and accuracy to any Galactic Republic squad, and has some fun synergies between the Handmaidens and Savi, who plays the body double to Padme. So yeah, and it's just, I mean, these miniatures are so fun to paint because they're so bright and colorful. It's a great time. And I think we have one more thing to show, which is going to be pretty excited. Or we don't.
So rude, Liz. So rude.
There's other Star Wars holidays that need reveals too.
Fine. So be sure to pay attention to the Atomic Mass Games feeds on May the 4th, because they told us we couldn't show you what we wanted to show you because it's going to be the big May the 4th reveal. It will be worth it for sure. What?
And 5th and 6th.
And 5th and 6th. Okay.
Thank you.
May the 4th through the Revenge of the 6th. Got it. Beautiful. Yeah, so there's really cool content. It's redacted. Watch for that. But because I'm a rebel at heart, just click that next slide that you don't know is coming.
We were supposed to stop there.
Yeah, no, we're not.
No,
We're not.
no.
See how it says the future with 4 dots?
How are you not going to share the future?
Go ahead and click the next slide. Now just push the button. You got to. You're live. So when we say the future, we do mean the future. We've pretty much looked at a lot of releases. Our goal is to really establish a firm foundation for Shatterpoint over the next 6 months. So you see we have a lot of content planned, but we have content planned even before that. We've been working on it. And of course, one of those that a lot of people have been asking for and waiting for is the complete confirmation. So I can completely confirm with pictures now. We are moving into the Galactic Civil War as well with Shatterpoint, and we're going to be kicking it off with, of course, the iconic duo of 2 squads. We can go to the next one.
But this one's really pretty and I want to...
Yeah, but they've seen it. We need to go to the next one. So Darth Vader and his Imperial Stormtroopers will be coming in Fear and Dead Men for the pack.
Nice.
So this brings, of course, the ultimate villain from the original trilogy. And you can't tell me Palpatine was otherwise, because he wasn't. And of course, his foil, his counterpoint, with Luke Skywalker. And for this one, we decided to dive into the Jabba's Palace rescue scene. So he'll come along with Leia in her Bouche disguise, as well as Lando and server droid R2-D2 as the supporting unit. And as you saw, one of the things that's really fun for us to do from time to time, and the sculpting team and the engineering team is really good at, is creating those little miniature dioramas within the different packs. And so you can easily just, whenever you're not playing, put your little Darth Vader next to your Luke Skywalker and relive that dramatic duel every time you look at your shelf. We have more though. I'm not even done yet, but I have to look at my
really
pictures.
excited about the next one.
Oh yeah, so
I can barely see it. But
we couldn't let Legion have all the fun, and of course we're doing all this Return of the Jedi stuff. So we had to, of course, make sure that our Galactic Civil War stuff kicked off with some more Ewoks. So, in addition to launching the Galactic Civil War waves that will come in the future with Luke and Vader, you're going to be seeing a lot of Endor, Return of the Jedi themed packs, along with the Ewoks and several of the supporting characters with them. We go to the next one, which is real tiny. I don't know what it is. Oh yes. So they're not the only ones who need more red blades. Having the Inquisitors from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was also one that we got to partner with Lucasfilm in order to bring these out a little sooner than we normally would have. So that was really fun, and it was a great top secret project to work on that only you knew about, right, Kevin?
Yes.
Like there are 2 people. I've got a row of Atomic Mass people, and like only two, 3 of them knew about it.
and Kevin his own office.
Yeah, we had code names the whole time and everything. You did get your own. You stole my
I
office.
stole your office to work on.
No, it was my office. We're not playing this game. All right. So these guys, these Inquisitors are going to be really exciting. They have a lot of really nasty synergies. And it is one of the first examples of a single character supporting unit. So you can choose to either use 5th Brother or 4th Sister, right? I think that's 4th Sister. Yes, sure. I'm right. Next slide. So now we're going really far into the future. Inferno Squad and Iden Versio was just a no-brainer for bringing into Shatterpoint. So this is an early look at the sculpts of Iden. And she's, of course, going to come with all of her Inferno Squad friends. So you can look forward to that in the future of Shadowpoint. Next future look. I've been told many times that this is the best Han likeness many people have ever seen from LFL, so we'll take that as a win. But yeah, so Han Solo, of course, is going to be coming to the game as well, so you can shoot first and ask questions never. And one more. Go ahead and just show them what we got. So I'll give you all a little sweet tea on this. This was actually the very first Shatterpoint mini we sculpted. It was our proof of concept for kind of the design and where we wanted to go. And we were right in the midst of the first season. We were super excited. So this was the one. And he will be coming along with all of his other Mandalorian friends in the future. But there you are. So that, I think, is it. Yeah.
Took some slides away from you by redacting them, but she's not the boss of me.
This is why you don't leave your laptop with your password on it and this Post-it note.
I knew that Post-it note was going to come back to haunt me.
So I want to share one last thing with you all that I'm a little excited about.
Do I just have to push the button?
Just press the button. It's
oh,
happen.
so you're the
I can go over, but that's a lot.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this look at the roadmap for all the products. We hope you enjoyed the selection of things that we decided to show, those things that weren't redacted. Of course, there are plenty more things in the works, so always watch the social media and all of the different posts. See what other surprises we might have in store. Hope you all had a wonderful show. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you in 2024.